morning, beautiful people. Going back to basic to brilliant, I'm just going to elaborate a little bit on some of the drawings that we've done before. Today's thought is obviously this reoccurring thing that you cannot do it. You can do it. You can. And you have to go back to the basic before you can start to jump and be amazing. Now I'm going to do a couple of basic intros to this, and we're going back to our ball. You know, most of my drawings are based on balls and sticks and domes and simple shapes like that. And what I'm going to try and explain a little bit about, like for example, if you have a face and you have a, let's just put those on for now. If you kind of think about your face as a ball with a ball stuck onto it, you will find things that are much easier. Now if I draw a line down the middle of this poor little guy's face, and maybe even one across the middle of his face, you will begin to see that if we draw another ball and it happens to be from the side, then our side view of this will be that. So his nose will be basically on the side because we have a side view, and the middle line of our head will still run through the middle because the ball is turning. So again, if you want to draw a head and you want to be really creative and really amazing, and you wanted this little man to look down, well, think about your middle line on your ball, and that will be where you put your nose, and that will be where you put your eyes. Can you see that it's just a ball? So if you're drawing a character, let's make it a very simple one with our ball, and let's give him some ears just to add a little bit of fun to it, and we give him a big smile and some big teeth. Okay, if we think about this with a central line around our ball, what we can do is, if we want to change the head, say we want to do his head looking down in this direction, following our line across our ball. These are central lines on the ball. We will have, so if we take that basic shape and that basic structure, when we draw our rabbit creature thing there, we will have our central line running somewhere like that, and we will be able to put our nose on and our eyes on and our ears on and our teeth. So it's the same character, and it's basically changing the angle. We're just changing the direction. Now if I was to start and draw this in an elaborate way, was just working on outlines, I might get very lost about where the correct position to put these eyes are, or the nose. So, and a lot of times when I'm drawing, in my mind I will be drawing, obviously at the beginning I would draw some construction lines to help me, but so then it makes everything so simple that if you want to make the character look up, you could draw the ball like this. And that's a really beautiful way that you can start to work with almost any character. And that's what I try to do with some of our basic drawings. And the same would happen if you were to draw the body. If you were to draw, okay, we'll just use this silly character that I've done here. And if you were to draw a kind of a down looking shape, then think of the body as another ball and another ball underneath that. Then you've got these parallel lines, these kind of lines that are running through the center of it, and that gives you a very good place. If you've cut this in that half, if you were to cut it the same that way, so you've almost cut the ball into like into squares, into cubes, into quarters, then you've got everything that is divided for your drawing. A nose, mouth, your eyes, your ear, and from here you would have this would be your kind of joint for your arm, and on the other side would be, if you can imagine, the other part is going to be about there. And again with your leg and your foot. And that is the basic form that I would put down for a basic structure. So if I'm sketching something and I'm trying to work out a drawing, and I've got a very, very complex drawing or illustration to do, then a lot of times I will basically be, say it's a man who's jumping in the air, or a dog who's jumping in the air, and a man's going to catch him. Okay, it's a very complicated drawing with all of that. And then I would kind of think, well, the dog is going to be like a ball for his head, maybe a kind of a half semicircle for his nose, a little stick, and then we can draw a ball with adjoining lines to another ball, and we have the dog. You can add his tail, and you can add his stick legs, and that's basically everything that you need to know about this dog. There is no more detail, especially at the beginning when you're kind of thinking things out. Now, how would you want the man? You'd want him kind of bending a little bit and putting his arms up. Okay, so you start to think the man's head and the man's body, you want him to be a little bit bending, something like that. So you could draw a ball for his chest, a ball for his hips. You could join those on, so you kind of got like a sausage shape. And you have the man's arms. Now, although this looks very, very simple, the structure is all there. And you draw the other man's leg and the other foot. And you can see now that you have this idea of a man catching his dog. If you were to put that into a working form, because these are very, very basic circles, and only circles, you are using that. Can you see it? It's almost like you can see through it. Then what you can do is you can start to draw the detail on top of your shapes, and you can draw a little happy dog following that circle. We'll add some ears onto him. Again, it's just a very simple basic drawing just to show you how my mind would work. We'll give him a nose. We'll give him his big nose. Give him a little, maybe we even add some detail like a collar. And that's just all little bits of added. So again, we're going to be doing our dog. We'll give him some toes. And this is just a very good way to kind of give yourself some confidence. The basic shapes are underneath. and your confidence should be very, very high at this point, because all the shapes are exactly as we've just done it. Exactly the same. Can you see that? The detail, the shapes. We'll draw the dog's back leg. We'll give him some toes. We'll draw the other leg. We'll draw it out and we'll give him a long fluffy tail. Okay, now you can add some details. Maybe you want some spots on the dog and make him a bit more cute looking. And that's your finished drawing from your construction. That's the construction and that's your drawing. And this is a very, very beautiful way to build your own self-confidence. You will build confidence by just bringing things back to a basic form and working off that basic form. You can carry that on. You have the man. I'll give the man a big nose and a big smile. And we'll give him some ears. And we'll give him some eyes. And we're all working off this basic circular shape. And we're just drawing a bit of fun on top. But it will work because that is our structure underneath. The man's arms, we'll give him a shirt. That's his other arm. Again, I'm just drawing it very quickly without any detail, without making it into an amazing drawing. But I'm already starting to feel this confidence because I know what I'm going to be drawing underneath. I can see through my tracing paper almost what the shape is. And again, if you were to pull that piece of paper back, you can see the man, you can see the dog, and you can see what I'm doing on top. And that, by doing that construction, doing that basic shapes, will give you massive confidence. And here's the man, you can see his legs underneath. Now once you can draw it very simply like this, then you have a lot of confidence to go on and draw something much more detailed and take much more time. But that is your basic drawing from your basic shapes underneath. And that is your dog and your man from very, very, very basic man and dog. So I'm hoping that this very simple beginning stage will give you masses of confidence. Because once you have that basic structure there, you can go on and draw that. And from that, you can go on to a very elaborate, very detailed, very amazing drawing. Hoping that will give you huge confidence, because even though you have very, very basic shapes here, you're just making everything on top of that look pretty. And with your direction, you can change your face. If you wanted to draw the man in a slightly different angle, you have a ball, and you can, if I had a ball, I could draw on a ball and I could turn the ball, and maybe I'll try and find a ball. Well, here's an old an old tape dispenser, and it's a man, and you can see that he has if you can imagine that line going down the front, and as he looks up, that line across here. Let's see if that works. Let's just draw that on there for now. And this will show you. Now there's our face, and as he looks down like this, you can see how the line works. And if you turn his head, as he looks up, this center line will move up on the ball. As it moves down, it'll move down on the ball, and keeping everything center. And if you turn that head in any direction, you will see how the lines move on that. And that will be exactly how I've explained it on this. So this is just a very, very, very quick intro into what some of the lessons are going to be, and how we're going to break down some of the drawings that I'm doing and make it into a much more simplified form. Basically taking it everything from basic to brilliant and further. I mean, this is not brilliant at the moment. This is just, again, it's a step up from this. But once we have this, we can do anything. We could spend a whole hour just drawing the head. Once we know these basic forms, we could spend that time making it a very beautiful hand, a very beautiful face. And that is a little bit of a quick rundown on some basic forms for you today. I hope you will come back and see some of the more complex drawings and more breaking down of shapes into bigger drawings. And I'll go through a lot of my drawings with it. If you have any questions, send me a message down there somewhere or over there somewhere, wherever it is. Thank you very much for popping in today. It's always great to see you. Send me a comment, tell me what you think, and if there's anything you would like me to explain and draw further, just let me know. Okay? I'll see you again very, very, very soon.